Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my art studio for February Young at Art, the Dubuque Museum of Art. I'm glad to see you guys. So for this month, I wanted to pick a book that was super, super colorful. It's winter outside. Everything is white and black and gray and brilliantly sunny or just kind of dreary. And I thought, let's celebrate some color. So I picked a Caldecott winner for this month called Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears. And this is a West African tale, and it's retold by Verna Aardema, and the pictures are by Leo and Diane Dillon, so another husband and wife team who are working together to bring us some beautiful artwork for our story. So let's go ahead and read this together. It's a longer book, so I might try and read a little bit faster than I normally do. But yeah, really look at the pictures because they're gorgeous. All right. Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears. One morning, a mosquito saw an iguana drinking at a waterhole. The mosquito said, "Iguana, you will never believe what I saw yesterday." "Try me," said the iguana. The mosquito said, "I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am." "What's a mosquito compared to a yam?" snapped the iguana grumpily. "I would rather be deaf than listen to such nonsense." Then he stuck 2 sticks into his ears, and he went off, meck, 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 through the reeds. Here's iguana. Oh my gosh. Mosquito, what are you telling me? The iguana was still grumbling to himself when he happened to pass by a python. The big snake raised his head and said, "Good morning, iguana." The iguana did not answer, but lumbered on, bobbing his head, badamin, badamin. "Now why won't he speak to me?" said the python to himself. "Iguana must be angry about something. I'm afraid he is plotting some mischief against me." He began looking for somewhere to hide. The first likely place he found was a rabbit hole, and in it he went, wassa-woosu, wassa-woosu, wassa-woosu. When the rabbit saw the big snake coming into her burrow, she was terrified. She scurried out through her back way and bounded, crick, 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 across a clearing. Here is here's Python, and he is trying to hide from grumpy iguana, and they have frightened rabbit. A crow saw the rabbit running for her life. He flew into the forest, crying, "Caw, caw, caw." It was his duty to spread the alarm in case of danger. A monkey heard the crow. He was sure that some dangerous beast was prowling near. He began screeching and leaping killy-willy through the trees to help warn the other animals. As the monkey was crashing through the treetops, he happened to land on a dead limb. It broke and fell on an owl's nest, killing one of the owlets. Oh no, something sad has happened because of a misunderstanding. Mother Owl was not at home, for though she usually hunted only in the night, this morning she was still out searching for one more tidbit to satisfy her hungry babies. When she returned to the nest, she found one of them dead. Her other children told her that the monkey had killed it. All that day and all that night she sat in her tree. So sad, so sad, so sad. Now it was Mother Owl who woke the sun each day so that the dawn could come. But this time, when she should have hooted for the sun, she did not do it. The night grew longer and longer. The animals of the forest knew it was lasting much too long. They feared that the sun would never come back. There is Mother Owl. So sad. And here's the sun. Do you see the sun setting, going away? At last King Lion called a meeting of the animals. They came and sat down, pem, 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 around a council fire. Mother Owl did not come, so the antelope was sent to fetch her. When she arrived, King Lion asked, "Mother Owl, why have you not called the sun?" The night has lasted long, 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 and everyone is worried. Mother Owl said, Monkey killed one of my owlets. Because of that, I cannot bear to wake the sun. The king said to the gathered animals, Do you hear? It was the monkey who killed the owlet. And now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. So here is the council of all the animals in the darkness, in the nighttime. Then King Lion called the monkey. He came before him nervously, glancing from side to side. Rim, 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 rim. Monkey, said the king, why did you kill one of Mother Owl's babies? Oh, king, said the monkey, it was the crow's fault. He was calling and calling to warn us of danger, and I went leaping through the trees to help. A limb broke under me, and it fell onto the owl's nest. The king said to the council, So it was the crow who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet. And now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. Here's Monkey telling his side of the story and blaming Crow. Then the king called for the crow. That big bird came flapping up. He said, King Lion, it was the rabbit's fault. I saw her running for her life in the daytime. Wasn't that reason enough to spread an alarm? The king nodded his head and said to the council, So it was the rabbit who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. There's Crow telling his story. Then King Lion called the rabbit. The timid little creature stood before him, one trembling paw drawn up uncertainly. Rabbit, cried the king, why did you break a law of nature and go running, running, running in the daytime? Oh, king, said the rabbit, it was the python's fault. I was in my house minding my own business when that big snake came in and chased me out. The king said to the council, So it was the python who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet. And now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. Oh, Python, are you the guilty party? Let's see what Python has to say. Now King Lion called the python, who came slithering, wah-su-woo-su, past the other animals. But king, he cried, it was the iguana's fault. He wouldn't speak to me, and I thought he was planning some mischief against me. When I crawled into the rabbit's hole, I was only trying to hide. The king said to the council, So it was the iguana who frightened the python, who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet. And now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. Oh, is it the iguana? The iguana who's guilty of all of this? All of this mischief? Now the iguana was not at the meeting, for he had not heard the summons. The antelope was sent to fetch him. All the animals laughed when they saw the iguana coming, bada-min, with the sticks still stuck in his ears. King Lion pulled out the sticks, but up. Then he asked, Iguana, what evil have you been plotting against the python? None at all, cried the iguana. Python is my friend. Then why won't you say good morning to me? Demanded the snake. There's Iguana with his sticks in his ears. All the animals laughing at him, although Mother Owl still looks really sad. I didn't hear you or even see you, said the iguana. Mosquito told me such a big lie I couldn't bear to listen to it, so I put sticks in my ears. Laughed the lion. So that's why you had sticks in your ears. Yes, said the iguana, it was the mosquito's fault. King Lion said to the council, So it was the mosquito who annoyed the iguana, who frightened the python, who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun, so that the day can come. There's mosquito. Feeling a little guilty, I think. Punish the mosquito! Punish the mosquito! Cried all the animals. When Mother Owl heard this, she was satisfied. She turned her head towards the east and hooted, "Hoo! Hoo! Hoo!" And the sun came up. So here is Mother Owl, finally waking the sun to end the nighttime. Meanwhile, the mosquito had listened to it all from a nearby bush. She crept under a curly leaf, and was never found and brought before the council. But because of this, the mosquito has a guilty conscience. To this day, she goes about whining in people's ears. Is everyone still mad at me? When she does that, she gets an honest answer. She is in somebody's ear. And the answer is kapow, splat, right on the ear. All right. So did you guys get a chance to look at the colors and all the animals? I just love how they brought all those different types of animals to life and all the beautiful colors that she puts into these illustrations. I also really love that character of Mother Owl and that idea that the owl hooting in the morning time is what ends the nighttime and brings the sun. And so I thought for our first little project, we should do something with Mother Owl. So mine fell on the floor. Hold on one sec. All right. So we haven't done anything with just scissors and paper and glue in a long time. So here is an idea I had for making a Mother Owl out of just scissors and paper and some glue to glue things together. So let's gather our supplies. We're going to need, of course, scissors and glue, some kind of glue, glue stick or whatever you have. If you like drawing out your shapes first before you cut them, grab a pencil. And if you have it, remember our handy dandy folder full of scratch paper. I'm sure we can harvest some of this and put it to good use. Otherwise, if you have construction paper, if you have, I like to use cardstock just because it's a little more robust, but any kind of paper that you have will work just fine. If you only have white paper, well then color it first with crayons or markers or something before you start cutting it up. All right, so to make this owl, there's a couple steps that we have to do, right? First, we need to make the owl's body. And the easiest way to do this is to take your piece of paper, so you have a big piece of paper, and fold it in half, the tall way, right? So you have something kind of long and skinny. And I want you to cut out something that's kind of like a half circle, right? Going up, but take a notch out of the top so that your owl has some ears. And leave some room down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see, this is the bottom of the paper, so that you can give your owl some feet if you want to do that. And you could even cut into this and give the owl claws or talons instead of just a little circular foot. Okay, so that's the first step. So then when you fold it out, you have kind of a circular shape, but you have this cut out up at the top to give your owl's ears. And you'll have two little feet, and it'll be symmetrical. Okay, so that's the first step. The second step is these funny little slices I put in it. All right, and to do that, pick a spot, fold your owl shape in half, right, and cut these slits in it. So they're going up and down, right, the owl's body, okay? So that when you're all done, you have an owl shape with these slits in it that look like this, okay? So then the other thing that we need to do is to take paper. If you have bunches of different colors, that's good, right? Oh, everything's sliding off. And just cut a whole bunch of strips. These ones are about an inch wide, but really, if you want to do narrower ones, that's fine. If you do longer ones and shorter ones, when you weave them all in, what you're making is the owl's wings. So I used shorter ones down here, I used longer ones up here, and after I wove them all in there, I cut them in a curve so that the owl had wings. You see that? Do you guys know how to, weave strips of paper into, grab a color. Oh, that one's not long enough. Here we go, right? So you can pick whichever way to go, but you just put it in there. And you go under and over and under and over to do your first one. And then the next one that you want to weave in there, you just have to remember to reverse it. So because this one started over the orange, this one needs to go under the orange. And then you do it the opposite way. Does that make sense? And push it through. See? And you get something like that, right? So you get this checkerboard pattern. All right. Once you get your wings woven into your owl, and you can cut out some circles and give your owl eyes. You can give it a nose. You can do whatever colors you want. You don't have to do an owl. I thought one time that a turtle would be fun. Give it a little plaid shell. So again, just cut out your shape, whatever you want, whatever animal you want to do. Fold it in half so that your slits can run up and down, and cut those slits vertically across your shape. And then you can weave things in and out, right? So you can do a turtle. Another thought I had was, because we're just using scissors and paper, you can make whatever animal shape you want. Like I made, this looks like a pickle. Does this look like a pickle? A pickle with a couple of, I don't know, they look like wheels or something on it. And I cut these little triangles in it. I'll fold these all back in. All right, so I had this pickle shape, and I folded it in half. See if I can do this. All right. And when it was folded in half, I just cut these little triangles. Do you see that? Little triangle shapes. Just these little angled slits. Okay, and then you can unfold this guy. And those little angled slits, you can fold them up. All right, like this. That's why I made this crocodile. Little crocodile friend, just out of a piece of paper in the shape of a pickle. So I thought that was fun. Another thing, of course, you can do is to make masks, right? So you could make any animal from the story or your favorite animal. So you could make like a lion, you could make a shape like this, and then you could give it like a big orange mane around it, right? And you could be King Lion. You could make yourself the monkey, right? You could do whatever you want. You could make yourself into some kind of cat, right? So really just kind of explore with shapes and see what you can come up with for animal masks. And the last thing I wanted to tell you guys about really quick is a little bit more steps to work on, but it's February and Valentine's Day is coming up. And a couple years ago, I made these little paper Valentines for my kiddos. You see that? So I wrote a little Valentine's message on the inside. And these were actually really easy to make. So that was a bunny. Here's a little mouse with a curly tail. A little mouse. You see this guy? And I like these because they're really brightly colored too. So for these guys, if you want to make something like this, again, you just need scissor, paper, and glue. And what you can do is if you cut out heart shapes like this, or this, or if you cut out a heart shape but give it some ears, right? You can fold these in half and make the heads of your animals. See how it's just that heart shape? And for the bodies, they're just circles, right? So if you can cut out heart shapes and circles of different sizes, however you want to put your animals together, then you can make these little animal valentines. Just glue the head onto the body. You can give it little accessories like a curly tail, right? Or for the bunny, I took a circle and made it into like a little poofy cloud cotton ball shape. And I glued that on. And I gave them little tiny circle feet. But I thought this was a really great way to play with colors as well and to make something fun. So if you want to make Valentines for your family or for your friends with these little creatures, you can do that too. So animals, there you go. There's a bunch of different ideas for making animals out of just paper and scissors and glue. That's it for this month. Next month we'll be reading another Caldecott Award winner, and yeah, we'll see what activity we come up with. But I hope you guys stay warm and stay well, and I will see you next time.